Hello, friends. I am so happy you're here in the Let's Breathe Yoga studio with me, and we're going to have a practice where we focus on head and shoulders and heart. So starting with hands, palms down on the knees, maybe a gentle tuck of the chin, and maybe a little sway. Just noticing hips on the earth, head in the sky, moving side to side, to let some length go up the spine on one side and then the other. Good. And find your spine right here in center, shoulders up, over, back, and down. Just a couple loops of the shoulders, finding space in the front body, space in the back body. And reverse the direction, bringing shoulders forward and down and back. Beautiful. Noticing your breath as you start to come back to center, settling shoulders soft, jaw soft. How does it feel to exhale deeply, belly button to spine? How does it feel to inhale deeply, low ribs extending in all directions? Maybe blowing the exhale out of your mouth, strong and deep, and letting the breath come in and fill you up naturally. A few more times. Keeping the breath flowing steadily as we start to warm up the fingers. So maybe just turn your hands palms up and start to rub fingertips and thumbs together. Starting with a little visualization here. So as those fingertips and thumbs just start to get a little friction and warmth, I want you to imagine that that warmth is stuck in your hands. It can't go past your wrists, just warm hands. Awesome. And once you've visualized the warmth, maybe put a color to it if you want, like a nice glowing fire color, or just pure white light or red heat. You decide. Picture a color in your hands and let your hands open, and that color expands, and close your hands around it. A couple more times. Inhale, open your hands, let that warmth and light and color expand. Close your hands around it to hold. Last one. Inhale, open, and exhale, hold. Beautiful. Again, arms are not warm, just hands. We'll work to where we can get that extension of the feeling of warmth and light as we unstick the shoulder area. So starting with arms open and up, look up, reach up, and warm hands to heart center. Dive forward, reach the hands in front of you as much as you can. Let the head hang heavy. And rock a little side to side, lifting one hip up, lifting the other hip up. Warm hands connected to earth. Good. As you steady, come back to center. Arms open wide and out to the side. Reach each arm one side and then the other, reaching for the sides of the room, letting your head float to one shoulder and then the other. Anchor one hand to the earth and reach the other up. Look up, reach up, maybe bend the hand, the elbow that's on the earth so that you can get extra length, and then float to the other side, kind of keeping hips anchored but reaching as far away as possible. One more on each side, just floating, closing your eyes, extending the side body, looking up or down or straight ahead. Both sides, nice and even. Good. And then let's reach forward again, resting the low back forward, resting the head close to the earth, and stretching the arms out in front of you. Beautiful. Coming back through center. Let's roll the wrists and start to open the forearms to that warmth. So as the warm hands roll around in both directions, start to warm up the forearms all the way to the elbows. Imagining the warmth and light or color stops at the elbows, but the wrists, hands, and forearms are warm. Good. And with that, let's move to hands and knees for a moment. And exhale is going to bring us close to the earth, warming up the elbows. So my hands are pressed out under my shoulders. My exhale brings my elbows close to the mat, my head close to the mat. Inhale, coming up to a tabletop. Exhale, elbows to earth. Inhale, tabletop. Feeling the warmth moving through the elbows. And when the warmth is able to come into the biceps, just welcoming that sensation. But it stops at the shoulders. Last one, elbows to earth. And coming up, sit back on the heels, either tucked toes like this, if that's okay for a foot stretch, or just flat tops of the feet on the earth. Let's find a little heart opener. So I'm holding my hands behind, just clasping, hands behind me, pressing down and open, looking up, heart reaches to the sky and flows through a little bit of an extension. If you can, inhale, press back open. And exhale, flow forward. Maybe that warmth and light and heat and awesome is coming through the shoulders now. Just welcoming it in. All the arms, up and down the arms, warming up. Let the neck be the place that's still stuck. No warmth or light yet, just all the way up through the shoulders. Good. And coming up through center, let's find something moving through the neck that feels good to you. So from a nice tall spine, head might move just in a nice rotation, chin over one shoulder. And coming back through center, chin rolling over to the opposite shoulder, opening the door to voice. Beautiful. And finding center again, noticing the upper part of your head, maybe not feeling the warmth yet, but we're going to move through a thread the needle that will bring warmth and oxygen into the brain. So coming into hands and knees again, I will take one hand behind the head. So I'm centered here in tabletop and my left hand will support me while my right hand comes behind the head, the base of the skull. My elbow opens to the sky and I reach down and tap the earth. Just center of the earth under me a couple times. Inhale, open. Exhale, tap. Just warming up the spine. Last one, inhale, open. Maybe arm reaches to the sky this time. And then slide the hand through the space under the left shoulder. I'm coming to the earth or close to the earth with the side of my head, my shoulder. And I'm feeling some opening between the shoulder blade and the spine. And letting my head fill up with warmth, clearing, purifying, energizing. Maybe even adding a little bit to this stretch. So if you want to take the front arm, tiptoe the fingers in a little tent out wide to the side, or walk the hand up and over, see where it feels good. Maybe opening the armpit up, or coming back to where it started and taking a little leg movement. So maybe the left leg goes straight back, tucking the toes, or a little bit to one side or the other, only whatever feels steady to you. And then gently come out by coming the same way we came in, back up through tabletop. Beautiful. Take some hip circles in one direction, releasing the breath, releasing the spine. And then get ready for the other side by stabilizing the right hand, bringing the left hand behind the head and opening elbow to sky. Inhale, elbow to earth, exhale. 2 more of those, slow and steady. On the last one, reaching up, looking up, and sliding the hands through. Get ready to settle in, thinking about high hips and low head. Space between shoulder blade and spine. And warmth starting to circle all the way through hands, forearms, biceps, shoulders, neck, and head. Maybe even warmth up and down the spine. Decide if you want to do any of the extras with fingertips forward on the earth, or leg back, or staying in this steady thread the needle pose. When you're ready, unravel, coming all the way, hips back, hands forward, child's pose, resting here, knees wide or together, whatever feels good to the upper body, arms forward, head to the earth. And on your next inhale, lift up, look up, reach up, inhale, and hands together at heart center, finding the warmth that we started with in the hands and connecting it to heart. Maybe taking this moment of stillness to calm the mind, to enjoy the breath. And to notice that without any of those blocks in the shoulders or neck, that warmth and light and openness can radiate from the heart all the way through you and out from you and from all around you, flowing back into you. May you be happy and may you be well. Namaste.